I didn't have a traumatic experience that led me to drinking or doing drugs, but I did have a lot of hurt, a lot of wounds. I've experienced a lot of rejection and a lot of fear as a child, which in turn led me to be rebellious at 12 years of age, and that's when I turned to drinking and doing drugs. By 14 years, I was entering into high school. I was very insecure, didn't know who I was, and very hurt on the inside, but on the outside I was playing it off like I was so mean and so tough. That's when I really got introduced into cocaine and I started mutilating myself. The following year, I was 15, I had a 9th grade education and I got kicked out of high school. I went to high school high and the school was just fed up with me, so they kicked me out. That's really when I got introduced into methamphetamine. At 17 years of age, it was on my birthday, and that's when I became an IV drug user, when I became a junkie, and I drove around with a meth lab in my car for the first time, and that's when things really escalated and went downhill for me. From the ages of 17 to 21, I was in and out of rehabs, mental institutions, and jails. I picked up 4 felony convictions, OD'd more than once. At 18, the courts tried to declare me incompetent. Last year I was being investigated for a gun theft. It was my dad's, and that's whenever things just really started coming down for me. I started having a lot of torment, a lot of anguish in my mind, hearing a lot of voices, being very paranoid from the meth that I was doing, and I went back to jail. And the only thing I carried with me was the Word of God, and that really allowed me to spend time with God and to be honest with myself. And I made a decision to go to Teen Challenge. When I went to Teen Challenge, still had a lot of issues, was very unteachable, but whenever I allowed myself to be open to the Word and open to the instruction, the godly wisdom that He had given the director and the staff members, is when my life started to change. My mind's been restored. I had a 9th grade education. I'm now a high school graduate. I've never been clean off anything for more than 5 months at a time, and I have been delivered off my methamphetamine for a year now. My family's also being restored. I'm allowed to I can have a good, clean conversation with my father and just discuss the Word of God with him instead of just being mean to him and cussing at him and just being very disrespectful to him. I'm able to enter into God's presence and know Him as Father. Out there, I went for the instant gratification, the pleasures that the world have to offer, and that was all junk, that was all counterfeit. But when I enter into God's presence, I know that that's real, that's genuine, and I know that's where I'm supposed to be.